Hey everybody, Josh Sigurdson, World Alternative Media here, and I want to remind everyone to be very, very wary about scams that we've seen hitting headlines all over the world lately regarding people asking others to send Bitcoin to an address and then they'll double the amount of money they send to that Bitcoin address back to those people. It's been a scam that I've seen for years, but it's really been catching on lately. It's a phishing scam and people need to watch out for it, as this article out of CNBC says, hackers appear to target Twitter accounts of Elon Musk, Bill Gates, others in digital currency scam. And this is important because people need to understand that the cool thing about cryptocurrency is that in many cases, not all of them, but many of them, you can get around the constructs of government, centralization, and all the terrible things that come with the vast printing of currency, the fraudulent interest on the debt, and all that kind of stuff. However, with that said, people in that community can use the same encryption, same kind of security that we use to separate ourselves from government against people and scam people. And that's why, again, freedom always comes down to self-responsibility. Be responsible for yourself, protect yourself, defend yourself. You don't have freedom, you are the freedom, or you're not. You're either free or you're a slave. You don't have rights, you are the right. You are the permission, or you're not. And that is very important to point out. Before we go into this story, make sure to hit that like button, share this on social media to get around the shadow banning, and of course, join our newsletter at www.iambanned.com. Join us on Flote.app as well as BitChute, Minds, and Library. We are leaving YouTube by November 5th of 2020, only posting trailers to our full videos after that point. Everyone's getting taken off of YouTube. We're not even sure we'll make it to that point. Also, check the links below. We are completely viewer funded and you help keep us alive. And we will not do a cryptocurrency scam on you. We have links to donate in crypto, but we are not promising to give you it back in double fold. We will just try to give you the best content we possibly can. Anyway, as the article goes into key points, a tweet sent by Elon Musk's account on Wednesday asked for Bitcoin and promised to double payments sent to an address. It's likely a scam and was only one of several Twitter accounts to post strange messages about Bitcoin on Wednesday, including Apple, Uber, Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, Microsoft founder Bill Gates, and several cryptocurrency-related companies. Twitter is looking into the issue. And as you could see down here, you have the tweet. It says from Elon Musk, "I'm feeling generous because of COVID-19. What? I'll double any Bitcoin payments sent to my Bitcoin address for the next hour. Good luck and stay safe out there." Now that is a complete scam. Very obvious. I've seen it before. We see this Bill Gates tweet. "Everyone is asking me to give back and now is the time. I am doubling all payments sent to my Bitcoin address for the next 30 minutes. You send $1,000, I send you back $2,000. And it says, only going on for 30 minutes. Enjoy." Complete nonsense. Obviously complete nonsense. We have it from Apple and Jeff Bezos here. And again, I've seen this happen many times, and then people share it and retweet it, and then people actually do follow along with it, go with it. We have to be better at standing up against those kinds of scam artists, because there's a lot of them out there. And of course, this is an indictment of Bitcoin. That's like saying everyone who steals your gold is an indictment on gold, or everyone that scams you with credit cards or fiat is an indictment of that stuff. It's easier to be scammed with credit cards, actually, because they can do chargeback on credit cards. So you can pay for something, not get it in the mail, and then get a chargeback on it. Or you order something from someone, pay them money, and you get the item in the mail and you do a chargeback scam. It happened to me. I got banned from PayPal for that very reason back in like 2017. I'm still not able to use PayPal. Though if you send money to ziggy33@mail.com, it's linked, I have it on the screen here, to PayPal, I will receive it, but that's not my PayPal. It's my father's PayPal. So anyway, we have to be viewer funded. I have to point it out, guys. But anyway, the point is, there's a lot of scam artists out there. There's a lot of scam companies as well. The exchanges, the online centralized exchanges, there's so many that have walked away with people's money, done crazy exit scams. And again, that's not an indictment of Bitcoin. That's an indictment of bad use of your own personal responsibility. That's irresponsibility. Don't put all your money on an online exchange where other people hold or it's custodial. Other people have the ability to take your cryptocurrency. That's happened many times in many cases. Everyone remembers Mt. Gox. And when you put money on an exchange, and very often it looks like from the outside that all the money on the exchange in a certain cryptocurrency is in one wallet. That's because they are holding your crypto. You aren't. You have access to your particular crypto, but you'd have to take it out of the exchange and put it in a private wallet to really have your own security over it. So be very, very wary of these scams. They're very common. And I always feel bad because I hear about people all the time. They lost all their crypto, they lost a bunch of Bitcoin or whatever it might be because they fell for these scams. It's the same as Nigerian prince sends emails saying, I need this amount of money and I'll give you back this amount. We've seen that a million times. Or I'm the daughter of a foreign leader and I'm stuck in this country. He will award you handsomely if you get me back home by paying me this amount of money. It's nonsense, complete nonsense. But scams come with humanity. There's bad people out there, and it's always been the case because greed, especially in these times where everyone's broke, greed really does reign, and we need to combat that as best as we can. Again, the Federal Reserve prints a bunch of currency out of thin air, floods the stock market, artificially manipulates it, which eventually comes back on people. After deflation, it comes back on people once it ends up in the hands of the people with inflation, causes a heightened price of living, and therefore it's a hidden tax of inflation. Then we end up paying a massive amount of taxes to pay off the interest on the debt, complete theft, complete fraud. The biggest fraud of all is the government. The biggest frauds of all are the banking system that, again, if your money's in the bank, it's not yours, it's the bank's. And the biggest scams are these new versions of, digital currencies that are pushed by government that are completely centralized, that aren't cryptocurrencies, that aren't things like Monero, that aren't things like, Epic Cash or Bitcoin or Steam or whatever it might be. What you're dealing with then is centralized Chinese technocratic controlled currencies that tie in facial recognition in many cases and social credit, and then you're on the losing side of the battle. So anyway, I'll continue to go into these stories. Just make sure to be careful out there, folks. Things are getting really crazy. Homelessness is on the rise. Joblessness is on the rise. A massive depression, bigger than anything we've ever seen in history, that'll last a lot of years. And a lot of people will, in that case, get desperate, violent, and scammy. So keep an eye out. But also, in my opinion, I think that cryptos and gold and silver are very important to, in my opinion, again, not investment advice, to hedge your bets against this crisis, and will be rewarding people handsomely long term. Maybe not so much short term, but long term for sure. Anyway, appreciate everyone watching. Make sure to hit that like button, share on social media, and join us on our new newsletter at www.iamband.com. We are completely viewer funded here and demonetized, so make sure you can see my shirt here. The revolution will not be YouTubed. You can find that shirt on our Teespring store, among many others. But anyway, it's all linked below. We are completely viewer funded, so check those links. GoFundMe, Patreon, Subscribestar. You can pledge on flote.app, or you can also join us on these other social medias, as we will be off YouTube soon. Flote.app, flote.app, as well as BitChute and Minds and Library. Find us there, my friends. The clock is ticking on YouTube, as many of our friends are completely deleted off of YouTube, including Press for Truth recently, which is just absolutely tragic. So join us on those other platforms. We won't be here long. Anyway, until next time, this is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change. My friends, it is go time. We are completely demonetized on YouTube, and we depend on the viewer to stay alive and spread the message of freedom and truth. So check those links below. GoFundMe, Patreon, Subscribestar, anything you guys could do to help keep independent media alive helps enormously in helping spread this message to the masses. So make sure to check those links. Donate to our Bitcoin address on the screen or below. We really appreciate anything you could do to keep us alive. You could check those links below for CoinTree as well, where you can find other cryptocurrencies that you can donate and keep WAM alive. Find us on flote.app, flote.app, as well as BitChute and Library and Minds. We're on all the other platforms. We are leaving YouTube soon, so make sure to find us at those sites, because it's the only way we can keep talking to you, the masses, the great people that actually care about the future of free humanity. Also, join our new newsletter at www.iamband.com. Anything helps at this point, guys. We need to support free information online. This is the most difficult time in our history, and it takes a lot of hard work to keep our message alive in the face of great evils. that have taken over the propaganda news on television as well as on YouTube, where YouTube decides what you can or cannot see. We need your help, my friends. So I really appreciate anything you guys can do. Check those links. There's many ways you can help. Until next time, though, thanks, everyone. This is Josh Sigurdson signing out from World Alternative Media. Find the truth, be the change.
I'm sure you have already changed people's minds in your young age because you're involved, and I like that.